It's exactly what you get. Stop interrupting my grinding. I ain't thinking about my wallet. I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you.
Anybody that comes on my show, we're going to have a good conversation. It's okay to agree to disagree, just as long as we're respectful. Everyone is a product of their own experience. There will be times that you have to experience the pain in order to experience the joy. So let's talk about the experience and let's share the results. What's going on, everyone? It's your brother, your cousin, your nephew, whatever you want to call me, and I am back for another exclusive interview. You know how we do things, so before we get started, let's go ahead and get this disclaimer over with. Everything on this channel is alleged, it's for entertainment purposes only, and everything is in my opinion. If you have not followed me on social media, make sure you go ahead and follow at SAnthonyLofties. Also, if you have not purchased my album, it's available on all digital platforms. If you are a member, go to www.youtube.com/SAnthonyLofties/join, and you can become a member very soon on my platform. And we will be going live next week for another clip of the video from Love, Marriage, Huntsville. All right, if you are a business and you would like for me to promote your business, go ahead and email our triobusiness@gmail.com. If you are in the Atlanta, Georgia area and you are looking to get a smile makeover, hit up Dr. Roderick Cooper and use my promotion code AL23 and you will get 30% off of your smile makeover. If you're just looking for a dentist, a new dentist office to just go to get a cleaning x-ray, go ahead and hit up Bella Dental Services, okay? Also, if you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area, August 27th, my good friend Gino Freeman, he's one of the top picks makeup artists in the industry. He's worked with everybody from ballers, dear white people, Angela Bassett, everybody that you can name, Taraji P. Henson. He has touched their face. He will be having a class on August 27th at Paul Mitchell, Atlanta. All right. So you all know what we're here for today. I am interviewing Love and Marriage Detroit, the one and only Brandon Smith. Now, you know how we do things. When you come in, make sure you like, leave comments, subscribe, share the video. We are going to have a good time. Also, I forgot to put the last one up, but I'll talk about that some other time anyway. So, let's go ahead and bring up the one and only Brandon Smith. What up, man? How are you?
What's up, man? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How's everything going on your end?
Everything is real good. Real good. No complaints.
Let me go ahead and put up this banner. Put it up there, get out the way. So how's life treating you since Love and Marriage Detroit?
You know, it's a little different. You know, I get recognized places, and but other than that, you know, I'm still doing what I do. I'm still, you know, doing the artist development, developing these talents, and still, you know, raising these babies, and still married to Christina.
Are you loving Christina though?
Oh yeah.
Okay, got to make sure. So don't need nobody trying to think they trying to leave. They don't know if they want to be married now.
Right.
So let me ask you something. Has business picked up ever since Love and Marriage Detroit?
Yeah, business has picked up. But my goal for 2023 was to kind of like actually do less at my brick and mortar and do more, you know, on the internet. So I have an online course that, you know, that's available for you know, for recording artists, and then I'm launching a songwriting service called Songs with Love, where my team will write love songs for, you know, couples and families and loved ones. So you tell us your story and we'll write the song, and you'll have that as a gift to live forever, you know. So I'm actually launching that very, very, very soon. And that's really what, you know, I'm most excited about, you know, just to spread the love, you know what I'm saying?
So give me some of the feedback that you have received from Love and Marriage Detroit. I want the good and like what's been like some of the most weirdest messages that you got.
Well, I was watching, I was just randomly on YouTube the other day, and this girl and these two other girls It's talking about, yeah, Brandon lazy and broke, and his wife makes all the money, and yada yada yada. He hates her, and I was looking at his eyes, and he's like just depressed. I'm like, if you don't get your Miss Cleo self on, like you don't know nothing about nothing. Um, you know, I pay every single bill in that house. You know,
Mm.
um, and Christina, she does her thing, but it's like her money is her money. So every single bill that is paid under the Smith Empire is paid from Star Factory and everything that we got going on. So yeah, that was kind of weird. And then it's just people that it's people that hate you just for no reason. It's just there's a lot of people that hate me for the first 3 episodes. But then there's the people that a lot of people that kind of love me for the last 7. And I honestly, the first week, I read the comments because I was going to read the comment. I needed to see what people were saying, and then I was like, okay, I can't handle this, so let me stop reading the comments. So for like 3 weeks, I stopped reading the comments. Then I started reading them again, and because I was just like, you know what, like if I'm seeing like the same reoccurring comments and they're negative, I'm going to have to take that into consideration. Like maybe that's something I need to look at and, like really, try to fix and really consider like maybe they're not hating. Maybe that really is me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reading all the comments now, and I like them all. So of course the good ones, they kind of make you feel good. But then the bad ones, you just like, maybe I need to work on that.
I don't know, Christina. You might want to come get your man because everybody's saying they like it when he say he pay all the bills in the house right now. I like that. Tell it just like we like the same in the house. What do you say? That's a man's man. They going in. All right. Okay. I see you done cut the man bun. Hold on. You cut the nice man bun.
Yeah, man. Well, Christina asked me to get it like
Mm-hmm.
6, 7 years ago, but then the last 2 years she asked me to get rid of it. She was, and because she's the only one that knows how to do it. Like I didn't know how to do it for real. Every time I did it, it was scraggly, and I saw the comments talking about my scraggly man bun, and so she hurt her wrist like 3 months ago, and then so she couldn't help me at all, and I was just like, it's time to get rid of it.
You notice every time on the show when your hair was a little bit messed up, you was going through something, right? And I'm like, she was
Yeah,
just.
you're right.
I said, you
You
can
right.
tell. I said, that's the easy way to read if something wrong. If they hair put together, I said they on good terms. They finna team up. I said, but when I said, nah, they're not seeing eye to eye right now.
Dang, you be catching everything. For
So,
real.
what's the feedback from people in Detroit to you about the show?
Well, the people that I know, they love it. They hate Anthony, but they love the show. Like, yeah, literally every single person that I know hates Anthony. But like the feedback is, it's like they love the show. They love that we're, showcasing the city and all the stuff and the talent. And they just love the dynamic between me and my wife. And but it's like people, I've seen a lot of comments for people that don't know us. It's like, who are these people? And I'm like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna happen. So
Mm-hmm.
but
Gotcha.
overall it's been great feedback.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. I hope y'all. Hold on. Will you shut up? I'm live. Oh shoot, I ain't mute my device.
I must then read the table rules.
My bad. That girl will talk the paint off the wall, y'all. My bad. Man, everybody gonna be laughing at me soon. Now they already laughing. They know I work from 4 to 12 on Thursday, but we cool. Okay. So, Lord, I gotta get back on track. Anyway, so tell me this. How long, okay, you and Anthony have known each other for how many years now?
About 20.
Did he
But
always act like that towards you?
see, this is the thing. We've known of each other for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Anthony have basically been acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? We only hung out one time, for real, and it was more like a play date. You know what I'm saying? It was like with the children, because we were trying to get our families together. So me and Anthony have pretty much just had like an acquaintance type relationship. But it's been cool though. It's been cool. But I will tell you that I still have never known what he did. I never knew what Anthony did. And when he was announced on the show, everybody was like, "Hey, what do Anthony do, bro?" And I was like, "I don't know." So, but he's been cool. Like ever since I've known him, he's just been just a cool guy. But he's been a mystery. So I don't know who this new Anthony is. I don't know.
Well, I got a question. Like I know, I told I remember it was a question that I asked Christine. I said, did she feel a little intimidated by having another man in her face like that? How were you? Were you a little intimidated to have a female literally come in your face like that?
Who? Kobe?
No, when you was on the beach and they walked up to you and you said you could smell.
I mean, like Anthony poses no threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like Anthony will be hating on you as hard as he can 1 minute and then tell you he love you the next minute. So it's like, bro, just get whatever you got to get off your chest and then go on about your business because you know, it's just like he tries so hard to I don't know what his angle is. I don't know how he thinks that he can justify calling me a bold-faced liar and then saying, "Bro, I still love you." Like, dog, like no, because I 1,000% did not say that about the publicist. But even if I did, why is you telling her? So you clearly letting me know that you got more love for your publicist than you do for your boy that you've known for 20 years. So that's all I needed to see throughout this filming process. And I was just like, all right, I know exactly what to do with you, Anthony.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this. Before we get into it, when it comes to Love and Marriage Detroit, I want to ask you this question about you and Christina's relationship. Brandon, not Brandon, but Anthony, he made a comment basically saying, I guess they try to make it seem like Christina was holding you back. How long have they been feeling that way about that? And how do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, it sounds like they've been having conversations that I wasn't privy to, but I don't know how long they've been feeling that way. But I felt that way. I just felt like I just didn't have the green light to just move freely. You know what I'm saying? It's like just certain moves like that as a man or just as like an entrepreneur that you need to make in the name of networking and in the name of politics in your city and all of that good stuff. And I just didn't feel like I just had that green light to just go places and just do whatever. But I still understand that it's like I be here at Star Factory like sometimes 12 hours and then I want to go hit like a networking event and it's like I've been gone all day. So it's like, dang, like maybe I should just go home, spend time with my family. So I understand like where she comes from with that. But it's just been a struggle, like it's just been a struggle. But I feel like we are in a way better place now after seeing it all play out on TV.
So watching the show, is there a moment that you was like, dang, I really do act this way? Like, what was I thinking? Like, what's something that you basically realized that you need to change from watching the show? And you be careful because your wife is watching because she just left a comment.
I would say like I didn't realize how that FaceTime scene that turned out way worse than I realized that it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it was more or less like I was just a little, you know, I guess nervous that I was hiding the artist, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to play it off like I had a little toot or something, you know, I was just trying to get that call over with so I can get back to the session. But it did come across like real, you know, real nasty, and the energy was bad. So yeah, that was definitely something I was like, yeah, I gotta fix that. Like I hope I don't do that regularly.
So let me ask you: do you agree that everybody on the show have communication problems with their spouse?
Yes. Well, all the men, yes.
Okay. Okay. Accountability, all the men. Okay. That's what. So we don't really see that much on the Love and Marriage franchises, but that a man to take accountability. The only thing we just seeing people crying for their grandmama and yeah. Anyway. All right. So let me ask you this: do you drink a lot? Tell me about this wine taster because you were wasted. How many drinks did you have?
I probably had about 5 or 6. But no, I don't drink a lot. And so the reason, like, I was really just trying to, that was my first wine tasting. I was just trying to experience it fully, you know, and I did.
Okay.
I did. I don't even remember, like, I don't remember that scene being that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was toasted. I'm not gonna hold you up. I was toasted. But no, I don't even drink a lot. You know, like maybe like once a month, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like they ganged up on Christina doing that scene once you looked at it?
Yep. Yeah, like I said, you know, like when I did Carlos's interview, in that moment, I was, you know, I was toasting and I was in my feelings. I still was in my feelings about like, you know, feeling like I want to have that freedom or whatever. And so when they was saying it, I was just hearing that junk in slow motion. You know, they were just like, your wife is holding you back. And I was like, yeah, she holding me back, y'all. She is holding me back. And so, but yeah, you know, watching it back, I was just like, man, there's no way I should have let that happen. It's one thing when I feel away, but like y'all, you know, like y'all can't feel that way. And if y'all do, y'all can't
Keep
express
it to
that to my
yourself.
wife. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and so yeah, like season 2, that won't happen.
So
Oh,
explain to this. Can you explain the rules of pillow talk? Because it seems like don't nobody know what the rule of pillow talk is. What is the
I
pillow
mean,
talk?
I honestly feel like you should be able to trust your wife or husband with telling them anything for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should be able to tell them anything on that pillow. And so it's like I feel like the rule of pillow talk is it stays on a pillow. You know what I'm saying? It's like once it leaves that bedroom, that's when it becomes a problem. So if I tell my wife something and then it escapes our bedroom, then now I'm gonna feel like I can't tell you everything. But I just feel like the person that you made the vow with, that should be your best friend, your homie. Like you should be able to keep it real with them, hands down, like on anything.
All right. So with you saying that, what was the timeline that you basically told Russell and Anthony about you signed the new artist? How long has it been since you actually signed the artist before she found out?
Um, I had recently just signed that artist when I only told Russell when we was playing
Mm-hmm.
pool.
Okay.
Um, so I had just signed her like maybe like a week before that. And then yeah, like our anniversary was like 4 days later.
Hmm. Gotcha. Okay. So, you know what? Give them a little bit of your background about songs you've written and co-wrote. Can you please tell the viewers some of the people you've worked with?
Okay, so I started my career as a music producer, and I was just basically working with local acts in Detroit. And I was really trying to collaborate with a lot of other producers, bigger name producers. But back then, producers didn't want to collaborate with other producers. So I kind of just switched my whole grind up to just being a songwriter. And when that happened, I started working with hella producers. Ended up writing a song for the Backstreet Boys. Ended up writing a song for Trey Songz. And it was during that period where I was writing with Trey where I really discovered my true purpose and passion. And so I actually retired as a songwriter right in the middle of writing for the Ready album, the Trey Songz Ready album, because I really I didn't love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't love being an industry songwriter. Like it just seemed like you have to figure out exactly what they want to hear, what the labels want to hear, and that's always different from what the artists want to hear, different from what the manager want to hear. So it wasn't fun for me. You know what I'm saying? So like I went home to Detroit because I was in Atlanta. I was going back and forth. I went home to Detroit and I fell asleep with the TV on. And when I woke up at 5 in the morning, this movie, Little Giants, was on. And they handed the little boy football, and he seen his father in the end zone. His father that was the first time his father ever came to a game, and the boy started juking out all the people and ran and scored a touchdown. And I started crying. I was bawling, crying, like. And that's when I realized, I have a huge heart for the underdog, like. And that's when I decided that I was going to divert all of my energy and focus on the underdog talents in my city. And so since then, I've developed thousands of artists. That is my core business. People pay me to develop them. Like only a 1% of my energy goes to like actually trying to like break my own artists. You know
I'm sure you get royalties from the Trey Songz album, the Backstreet Boys.
No.
What?
No. The Backstreet situation, the dude I co-wrote it with, straight snaked me. He cut me out the whole thing. And then the Trey Songz one, they leaked the songs, and the songs never made the album because they told me what they told me they was looking for was totally different than what ended up being on the album. They said they was trying to have him cross over to pop. So we was writing pop songs.
Wow.
And his whole album ended up being like the most sexual album of his career. And I wasn't, that wasn't even my style of writing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's been the journey.
Have you said anything else so your bones won't be broken?
Me and Russell, we did an interview earlier today with a local podcast here. And he basically admitted that he meant it. And I told him that, at the premiere party for episode 1, I was ready, bro. I was ready for whatever.
You was gonna get an L. What was gonna pick up?
I mean,
do y'all have the white folding chairs on deck?
Hey, we had something, but you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have muscles in your eyeballs. You have very few muscles in your neck, and I was gonna go for whatever, but no, like when he saw me at the premiere, all he did was smile. He smiled and he greeted me with a smile. It was like, we go talking, and we talked, and we just was like, bro, I know that's not really you, and and we just really just squashed it, and it's really on our wives at this point. Me and Russell, we have a desire to be friends and homies, but that can't happen unless our wives, have that same desire.
How was that?
I feel like.
Go ahead.
I feel like Christina is at A and Kobe is at Z.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree with that. Okay. So let's talk about you remember the scene where Christina was talking to Kobe. She made a comment basically saying that she feels like she's finding herself, that for so long it's like she gave away her life, her career to be a mom, to support you. How did you feel hearing that?
Um, well, like the thing is that I feel like it had way less to do with me
Mm-hmm.
and so much more to do with these children. My wife dropped everything for these children. Like when Brittany was born, you know, she literally put her heart and soul into becoming a mother, and you know, she's a great mother. You know, um, and then Bailey came 3 years later, and you know, right when she was about to kind of like try to resurface again, she is such a mother. Like she loves these children and she wants the absolute best for them. My children are vegan, you know, my children are homeschooled, my children hardly ever eat sugar. Like she has laid down a foundation for these children to be successful spiritually, you know, mentally, physically, and I feel like during this 7 years I've been I've been way too focused on my career, and she's been a little too focused on these children, and I do feel like that we have suffered tremendously in our marriage because of that. And
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like we both have recognized that, and now we're prepared to do something about that.
Okay, you said they don't eat that much sugar. Do they eat that cherry chip cake?
Barely. I mean, yeah, but I'll be having to sneak it to him.
We're gonna talk about your mom in a minute. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say right now, if they have a second season, they need to bring Miss Kathy back, okay? Bring her
Okay.
back.
She probably would decline, but I, she'll probably decline.
To be honest, I think she was the best part about Love and Marriage Detroit. Really, Miss Kathy was the best part about Love and Marriage Detroit. So let's go ahead and talk about the showcase. You know what? Before we get to that, let's. How long have? Okay, this is warehouse. You said that you don't know what Anthony do, right? You don't know what he do. Did you know anything about this warehouse?
A warehouse.
About his like on production, whatever the warehouse they was taking pictures at, like.
Oh, I mean, yeah, yeah. Like I knew about it when he first started it. But I just didn't know the point. I didn't understand the point. Like I just didn't understand like what like
Have y'all never collaborate on anything production or?
I couldn't tell you if Anthony plays an instrument, if he writes a song, you know what I'm saying? Like I know that when I met him, he was interning for a popular local label at the time. So I knew he was involved in music some kind of way, but that's the most I knew about him,
Oh
you
wow!
know.
So it just seemed like everybody done picked up a new career on the show this season. Okay, wow. Okay.
Who picked up careers?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, did somebody just become an influencer? But that's another conversation. So I want to. I extended the invitation. Anyway, oh gosh, Christina, don't hurt me. Christina, it's gonna be a good reunion. All right. So when you, Christina, went to go eat with Anthony, do you feel like was that the first time ever in life that this person you felt like they was like switching up on you?
um like that's when I just realized that Anthony was the master of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like you never leave a conversation with Anthony with clarity. You always
Mm-hmm.
leave more confused than you were before. But I feel like I realized that before that. Um, But it's like you get real confused when, like, in between filming, somebody come to you be like, yeah, bro, you know, I just want what's best for you, bro. Like, you know, we killing it right now. Well, like, what do you mean, bro? Like, what do you mean we killing it? Like, you killing my real life connections. Like, I do not have a relationship with Brittany Brown no more because of your accusation. Brittany Brown just did a big old event with Stevie Mackey and Avery Wilson, which that's right up my alley. I wasn't invited to that. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's how I'm looking at Anthony. Like, you killing real stuff in my career. And so, bro, we not friends, bro. Like, don't call me your friend, because we not.
Brittany got pulled like that.
No, Brittany is legit. Brittany
Oh,
is Brittany, like, she is the bulldog of Detroit.
wow. Man, why the hell is she working with them? Okay, next question.
I mean, you know, they paying her
I
with that
mean,
inheritance.
I mean, at this point, I mean, Brittany, you might want to rethink some stuff now. Just you know how the industry is, but anyway. So, let's talk about on this showcase. Who idea was it to come up with a showcase?
It was Anthony's idea.
It was his idea. Okay. So who was in charge of basically getting everyone assignments on how to delegate everything?
It was just supposed to be me and Anthony. Anthony said, bro, we've been knowing each other for 20 years. We never did nothing together. Let's do something together. I was like, you're right. We haven't. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just supposed to be me and Anthony. And we decided to do it at Bravo's spot. And that was the extent. You know, like, we didn't really need Bravo to do anything else but just open the doors.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was it.
Which location is it? Was it on District 78 or the other location?
No, it was Society Detroit.
Okay. I can't wait till I come there because I'm going to hit up every last one. So, hold on. Did you pray?
Wait, what you mean?
Did you pray when you all had Bible study at the club?
That wasn't Bible study at the club. So okay, look. I can't believe people, like, actually felt like I was lying to my wife when I said that. That was clearly a joke. Mm-hmm. She heard the music in the background. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If she thought that I was actually at church with these dudes, then on my birthday, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because I was positive that she knew I was joking. Because mm-hmm. she made a booty shaking comment, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So she knew what was going on. And as long as Russell is there, she got to be good with it, because that's Pastor Russell.
Yep. So the scene where you all came together, where you basically said that he was using his father's money, and his voice was like, little boy, get out of here, little man. Did you pray when y'all did that? I told him I don't remember hearing you pray.
Yeah, I prayed.
You did? Did they skip you?
No, they showed it.
Did Bravo pray? Somebody didn't pray now.
Maybe Bravo didn't pray. Or maybe Anthony didn't pray. I definitely prayed. Okay. But they didn't show none of the Bible. Like, we had a real legit Bible study before that. Mm-hmm. Like a real one, like conducted by Russell.
How do you feel when people, I guess now you see people, they say that that someone secretly is in love with you?
That's like, in love? No, but like somebody says something. I think somebody DM me, one of my boys DM me, like, they said jealousy is hate. No, what is that? They say jealousy is love and hate at the same time. And I felt like that was real deep.
They call Anthony the man off Soul Plane.
Oh, wow. But no, like I don't think it's nothing like that. I think that I honestly feel like Anthony does admire me and what I do. But I feel like he just has issues that are unresolved that he just doesn't know that they exist, and they come out in his actions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like Anthony genuinely is as bad as he portrayed himself during this season. But Anthony's gonna have to get a therapist just like I got one. You know what I'm saying? I went to therapy for the first time on camera in this last episode. And I decided that I was going to continue doing that on my own because I saw a lot of value in that. And I feel like Anthony needs to do the same thing.
He's going to need a whole lot of one-on-one meetings. Let me ask you something. When you did couples therapy with your wife, was you nervous to kiss her? Because you did, like you said, like she was going to pull back. I thought you were doing the Whitney Houston for a minute.
I can't even remember that. But my wife don't like when I try to, like, what you call them, baby? What you call those, like, dinosaur kisses or whatever? She don't like when I just dive in like that. But I don't know. You know, it was a we had just not spoken for 4 days. So and I don't feel like there was like all these fireworks that happened during that session. It wasn't like we just like had a euphoric moment. It still was kind of like, you know, like,
I mean, you can't have the fireworks because the other female blowing them out.
Dang.
Every time y'all get fireworks, she come blow them out. It's like Pokemon, Charizard, Squirter, just squirting out all the fireworks. Like, you can't have it.
But no, like that therapy session was needed though. It was needed. And it got us back talking, and it got us back, you know what I'm saying, on the path that we needed to be.
I'm glad y'all in a good place though. It seems like y'all are good right now. Christina, she seems happy. She got a glow. Let's talk about music.
Okay.
So let's get on this about Christina singing. Why you didn't produce your wife?
Man, look. When I met Christina, she had 3 jobs. None of them had nothing to do with music. You know, she was getting money, she was working, and when she talked about music, she always talked about it like it was a thing of the past. So I just felt like I don't want you to meet me and just think that like you're supposed to restart your career. If you want to restart your career and you are dying with like you have an undying passion to do this, I'm gonna support it 100%. I just didn't feel like she did. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel like she did. And that's like being an artist is it's a whole different life than what Christina has lived being married with me. So I just didn't feel like she really wanted that life.
Okay. So what about now if she was to start singing? Because we already see on the next episode, it's going to pick up with Lyrique. So if she wants to get back in the music industry, just start singing, you're down to like produce everything, or do you just want to write a song?
Look, if she's trying to put out a song like Anthony put out a Man's Movement, then no. But if she has...
that ain't right. That ain't right. Because you basically just said if you want to put something out, that ain't gonna work. You know, good well that Man Movement didn't work, so that was not a Man Movement. I seen men moving.
Right.
It wasn't a movement.
If Christina comes to me and say, "Baby, I really want to do this," then it's all popping. We doing it. But if I feel like she's just doing this because of her platform, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to hate on it. And I will help when I can.
Bravo, I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is how I'm looking at him right now. Like, okay.
You know, it's like Like I just have not seen. I genuinely don't feel like she wants to be an artist. If she comes to me and says, I really want to do this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm game. I'm
Okay.
game. I operate off passion. Like if you want to, it's because it's gonna take passion. You an artist. You know,
Mhm.
like it's one of the worst jobs to ever be.
I do. I do. I definitely know. Okay. So what's okay? Tell us the issue between you and Lyric. Like, if you got to take it back, take it back. Like, what's the situation? Does he do artist development too? Like,
Yeah. Like when I was like, I think I was in like year 2 of Star Factory, and then people would come in and like some of my clients would just come and tell me, but like, hey, you know, this dude named Lyric, uh, he told me that, you know, he asked me what you charge me, and he was like, he could do it for half, and he was like, yeah, he don't know what he doing, and yada yada yada. And then I start hearing that Lyric saying like everybody leaves Star Factory and comes to him. Um, First off, Star Factory was designed for people to leave. It's like it's not a prison. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? It's designed for you to like get developed and then move on. If you want to work with a songwriter like Lyric, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's like we with this city full of songwriters. If you want to do that, go ahead. But I just would be hearing so much um, negative things in the streets from people that I just had to really keep him, you know, at bay. And then, you know, Christina told me that he had a thing for her. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day when they was working. And so I'm just like, oh, well, you definitely about you're not welcome in this circle. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
so let me ask you this: you said people, you heard, but you didn't. You never had like a one-on-one conversation with him to figure out if it was true, did you?
No, because I didn't know him. It's like I don't owe you a one-on-one. If I'm hearing it from totally different people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we had zero relationship, I don't owe you a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not like I need you, you know, if we do the same thing. So and then when we was filming last, you know what I'm saying, last year, he literally was like, bro, you can't even sing. So I was like,
Like ruin them with like one-on-one. Like you don't want to like down another person and like try to take their stuff. Like it's crazy.
it's like I don't even claim to be a singer out here, but
Mm-hmm.
like I can out sing most of my clients. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just he just be hating. He don't even really know my gangster for real. With what I do out with these artists.
Okay. Cool. So I guess next what no, Saturday's episode is gonna be real good, I guess. Oh gosh. This is gonna be a good reunion. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the one and only Miss Kathy.
Okay.
I love your mama. Like she funny. So tell me a little about okay, when you first got there, she was making the cherry chip cake. Has y'all conversation always been like just been like that? Like
1,000%.
you never had moments where you laughed and just joked. She would play Uno.
Mm-mm. My mother plays solitary. My mother is the most routine person I've ever met in my life. Like my mother, like everything is on a schedule. Like I feel like she even schedules when she plays solitary on her computer. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother, like me and Christina offered to take her on a vacation. She declined. Like I don't know. Like every time her birthday comes around, I'm like, am I getting you a wool fleece again this year? Because what do you want? What do you like to do? What do you want? You know? So my mother just is so cut and dry. Every girlfriend I ever brought to the house, every homie I ever brought to the house thought that my mother hated them because she gives one word. You be like, hey, Miss Smith, how you doing? Hi. That's just how she is. That's just how she is.
At first, I didn't even think that she wanted to give you a slice of cake.
Oh no, she's gonna make that cake for me every year, like clockwork, and that's how my mother shows love. You know what I'm saying? Like she is, she's going to do the traditional thing that we do all the time. If I have a concert, she's going to show up. Back in the day, if I had a sporting event, she was going to show up. That's just how she shows the support.
Wow. And were you the only child?
No, I had a younger brother.
Okay, what was that relationship like?
What, between me and him, or just
all three of y'all?
Me and my brother were very, very, very close. Until he started doing music like first. So he was doing music in like the 8th grade when I was in like the 11th grade, and then his group had he was in a guy group, and they had got like a development deal offer from Jive Records. And then the lead singer of that group pulled out at the last minute, and they lost the deal. And then my brother was never the same after that. I don't know if it was depression or what, but it was he just was never the same. But then the next year, I developed my passion for music. And so when I started doing music, I feel like he resented me. You know what I'm saying? So me and my brother really never for real spoke after high school. After I graduated high school, me and my brother's relationship just was very, very, very way worse than me and my mother's.
Someone just asked a good question. They said, how did you guys learn how to love and show affection?
Shoot, Cliff Huxtable.
For real.
Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? TV. Because I sure didn't see it at the crib.
So what was it like? You made a comment basically saying, before we even get to that part, when your mom showed up to your place, did y'all hug her, or did they cut that out? Because she didn't want to hug you or Christina.
No, we don't hug.
Do she have the grandkids? Do the grandkids give her hugs? What is that like?
The way that she is with my grandkids, I do not remember her being like that with me. But maybe it's just it's just a thing. I don't know. She shows them so much love.
The little saying they say it be something wrong with these grandparents nowadays because on their regular kids they never had McDonald's money, but when these grandkids come, all of a sudden they got McDonald's money out of nowhere. So she showed them affection, get them hugs and stuff like that, and you didn't get it. But do you appreciate that?
Yeah. I mean, my children love their grandmother, and so and I know that she loves them, and so yeah, we make sure that she gets to see them as much as possible, because that's what makes her happy. Then I'm gonna make sure that she gets to do that, because of course I want to see my mother happy. I just wouldn't know how to. I don't know, our dynamic is so dry, and clearly she's okay with that, and I've been okay with that because it's safe. It's just safe. It's my mother is 78. I can't see her being willing to do all this transformative work at this age to try to, figure out her mental, situation. And then, it's just, I just can't see that happening.
Was that your first time ever doing therapy with her?
Yeah, that was my first time therapy, period.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she didn't hug y'all when she came through the door? So let me ask you this. Okay, Christina made a comment basically saying that I guess she didn't feel protected I guess, from your family? Was she talking about the mother's side, or what did she mean
Both
by that?
my father and my mother.
It was that bad? What the hell was Christina doing?
Now my father is a complete jokester, and so he said some things to her that she really like. He said something like, "That's why my son." That's what like he said something about like my son go leave you or something. He was joking, but that's a terrible way to joke. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I've been hearing my father talk like that my whole life, so I didn't think nothing of it.
Mm,
Um, and so and so it's like I've never, like I never, like my father was more like a homie to me growing up than a father, and so like how to even wrap my mind around checking him, I just didn't understand how I could even do that. You know what I'm saying? It was and then my mother, it's like I seen so much in her that was kind of like going against like what Christina's wishes were with like rules for the children. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, because when we when Britain was born, like when she was one, we decided that we were gonna get a new house and we were gonna let my mother move in with us, and that was just a disaster because we thought that my mother would be helping out with the kids because Christina doesn't have a support system here
mm,
because her whole family is in Buffalo. So we just thought that that would be a good idea, but my mother just would not be following the rules and like kind of blatantly disrespecting the rules, and it just I just couldn't. I was just so confused as to like what is going on. I never, it was just very confusing to me. Like, and so she just felt like I didn't protect her in that situation, and I'm just like, I wasn't raised to be that, what I'm saying, that kind of person, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't even understand what I needed to do. And so when I would talk to my mother, I would try to tell her, these things, but my mother is like the least confrontational person in the universe. Like
mm.
my mother will just freeze up and stop talking. Like she'll just stop talking in the middle of a conversation if she doesn't have a response. So
Gotcha. So let me ask you this right here. When your mom came, did, did you see your mama struggling to put her foot up there put that leg on that couch?
no, first off, do you be watching these in slow motion or something?
No,
Because
we all saw it, dude. Your mom did just like this. Like, huh? She said, cause first you was like this a little bit. She tried to mimic you and Ben failed, and she couldn't get it over. I was like, she said,
I didn't notice it, but it's always awkward energy.
you please go back and watch that last episode. As soon as she sat down, she said, "Whoop!" I said, "Not gonna happen." Then go up there. So she tried to play it off, but it didn't work. So,
Okay, well, watch that.
so they asked the question, and you was basically expressing your feelings and basically talking about you didn't have a communication. And boy, Miss Cat thought she had something. She said, "Hold on, that one time." She said, "You put your thumb in your mouth and roll over." I think everybody looked at the screen like, "What?" Like everybody said, "How old was he?" So I'm still shocked by that question. Miss Kathy said, "Nah, you ain't gonna get this. I got something this time," but it kind of didn't make sense a little bit. So, how did that therapy session end? Did you have you all went to another one, or was it the only one?
No, that was the only one.
Oh wow.
Um, it ended. I felt like we were making like some ground because the things that the therapist was like making my mother realized and me realized we could have never did that on our own. Like never in a million years could we have come to those realizations. Um, and so I definitely was willing to continue. But I knew that the most pressing matter was me. Like I have a, like I owe, like it's like my wife comes first, then my
Mhm.
children, then my mother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know that I had to start working on me. So I got myself a therapist right after that because I had to figure out why I am the way that I am. And if my mother wants to, really do that, I'm game. But I just don't think that at her age, she just wants to sit back, play with her grandchildren, watch American Idol, and play solitary. You know what I'm saying? And so um, I know my mother loves me. She hopefully knows that I love her. And if that's just the way it's going to be, then it might. I don't know, but I'm
Okay,
down for whatever.
before I ask you this question on the screen, um, your mom said she didn't feel that it was appropriate to tell you that she loved you. Did you and your brother say y'all love each other?
Mm-mm.
So it was just a household. What about your father? Did he ever say I love you?
Later on in life, he'd be like, "Yeah, I love you, son." But like when we were like kids and teens, it wasn't like I didn't hear that word a lot. Like I didn't hear it. I barely
Okay,
heard that word.
so with you saying that's a word that you barely heard, right? How did you know that you was in love with Christina?
Um, I mean, when you know, you know. It's like it's not like I'm not a sociopath. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? It's like only sociopaths don't have the ability to love. I've loved in the past, and I can love now. It's just that I wasn't um I wasn't groomed to verbalize it,
Mhm.
to nurture it, you know what I'm saying? And so now that I'm, like that generation, they like are the least woke. Like they're very stubborn and like they got a lot of pride. And so like I'm in between that generation and this young generation that's like super woke and all into, their mental health and just energy and all that stuff. And so it's just like I recognized at a later age that like you don't need to be this alpha dude that's just cocky and all that. Like you can just be a real man and like you could cry.
Mhm.
Um, and but I learned that at a way, way, way later age. You know what I'm saying?
How was it with your mother's side of the family?
They actually were like pretty like different than her. Like all my aunts, like they're very bubbly and they're just different, like just bubbly and they told me a lot of love, you know what I'm saying? But when I got married and her and Christina started butting heads, I stopped hearing from them. So I feel like my mother would be going to them and telling them things because
Oh,
it's just like that part of my family, like they literally stopped making Facebook comments and it just started feeling real distant. So I don't know.
okay. Somebody said, Brandon, please continue to work on you, support your family, and God will continue to bless you all. Now, this question right here, can you ask him what was his issue with his mom being white in the neighborhood that he grew up in, and was he ashamed of her?
I don't. I'm not gonna say I was ashamed of my mother, but like I used to look at all of my friends' young black mothers, and I used to kind of be like a little jealous
Mm-hmm.
because I just seen like how loving they were and nurturing and cool and hip and all of this stuff, and I just have this dry mother, you know, who was just very different. And
Mm-hmm.
so as a young kid, like I just was just like, why is this so different for me? You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? But you know, as I got older, shoot, my house was the spot in the hood. Like everybody came to my house. Even though my mother was dry, she welcomed everybody and their
Mhm.
mama to the crib. People hooped in my house, people played video games in my house. She let our friends live with us. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother was the coolest, you know what I'm saying, on the block. So that was how I felt as a young child. But like as a teenager, like I was just like, yo, my mother is mad cool. Just because she just down for whatever. You know, she's very supportive. You know what I'm saying? She just is not a communicator. That's it.
Okay. Gotcha. Somebody said, do you know your mom's story? There has to be one. Like,
Um, I mean, I know how she met my father.
mhm.
Uh, I don't know like her passion or her why. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother was a nutritionist for several decades. I mean, well, she actually still is. My mother still works. Um, and I don't know like why she chose that career path. I don't really know a lot about her. She didn't tell me a lot of stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, um,
I want to ask you this question because since you're saying that, like, the way you grew up, when you and Christina met, like, did you ever get nervous or get scared or want to fall back because of the way you was feeling? Because you was basically getting something that you basically didn't grow up with.
not because of the feeling, because of the the like. My wife is very she's very big on boundaries and she's very big on accountability.
Hmm.
None of that did I ever experience before being married. You know, like I'm like, what is a boundary? Like that's something they put up at hockey games. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? And like I just was so green, like to marriage because like like when I like up until I was like 22, I really wanted to find like the girl of my dreams. But then I gave up on that and I started really just being all about music and my career and like, you know, these Detroit girls ain't about nothing. So it's just what it is. And so I didn't think about marriage one day
Hmm.
between from the time that I was 22 until the time that I met Christina. And so I didn't have a like this kind of husband I'm gonna be. I didn't have all these visions and plans for like what marriage was. I just thought it was just like this really dope thing and this really thing where we're like two people team up and we just tackle the world together. I didn't realize how much work it was. I didn't realize you know that how much sacrifice and compromise that was involved and it that junk hit me like a ton of bricks. You know, like I was just like, what is this? And then we didn't know each other for real. We basically dated while married or being married. You know, like we met on Twitter in November. We started messaging each other in January. We started Skyping in February. We saw each other for the first time, probably late February or March. Saw each other again in like April. Got engaged that month. Saw each other maybe one more time, and then she moved to Detroit 4 days before the wedding. We did not know each other. We just we just was like we knew that God put us together. Like I know you're the one. It was just a feeling like we just knew it, but we did not know each other. We dated while married, and then that first year it's just like I don't even want to be on a date with you because it's just like I'm it's like all you doing is checking me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so this journey of marriage has been the hardest journey I've ever had to face. Um, but you know, and that's why I'm really grateful for Love and Marriage Detroit because We were forced to have conversations that we wouldn't normally have. And then I got to hear the whole world basically tell us what we need to work on.
How was Christina's family towards you?
Very loving, very welcoming. Like her mother makes me feel like a king. You know what I'm saying? Um, like they all, embraced me. Her brothers made me feel like a brother. Her sister made me feel like a sister. Her cousins made me feel like a cousin. Like it just felt real good.
So this question right here, since you said that her parents they're loving, do you go to her mother the way you wanted to go to your mom?
Um, no. Um, just because I'm just not used to having conversations for real, and so it was just like when I would visit,
Mm-hmm.
her mother would just, she just sweet talk me,
Mm-hmm.
and then every now and then her mother would just get like she would get a word from the Lord, and then she would just call me on it, and then I would just be like, I would receive it, but I actually do wish that I would have done that more when we first got married, but it was just not in me. You know what I'm saying?
It's never too late.
Just what you say?
It's never too late.
You're right. You're
You
right.
always get another day, and you can start today as soon as you get off the line.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna do
So,
that.
Brandon, what can we expect to see from you in the future? Um, do you even want to, before you answer that question, do you even want to reconcile the friendship between you and Anthony?
Um,
I don't know. You can be honest. I mean, sometimes,
I mean, like, I'm not the type of person like I'm not ever gonna hold a lifetime grudge against nobody because I feel like God can change anybody's heart. You know what I'm saying? So, but it would be on Anthony because I'm not I'm not out here trying to destroy Anthony. I'm not out here trying to ruin relationships for him. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I feel like he's doing that to me. So if he wants a genuine relationship to me, then he's gonna have to come to me, man to man, and explain some stuff as to why that stuff was happening, and then you know, and then like express like, yo, bro, I want to have something real with you because everything that I've seen has been very fake. Um, so yeah.
Really being honest, just from looking at you and listening to that, I really don't think you care. That's just me.
Oh no,
I
I don't. I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's on him. It's
that's
on him. It's like he's in the same category as like Rick now. It's just like, bro, like
Mhm.
do you, but don't do nothing near me.
Gotcha. So, question: you gonna let me write for Christina?
Yeah, let's get it. No
Christina,
doubt.
you heard it. Hey, I'm gonna ask for permission. I know Christina said she want me to write for her, but hey, y'all are a team, and so I met both y'all at the same time on this social media from this show. So hey, we'll see how it work out. You never know. But what we're about to do is about to do a Q&A, okay?
Okay.
So I'm about to bring up Kaylin. Kaylin, how are you, love?
Hey, babe, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Brandy,
Hey, how you doing, Kaylin?
I'm good. I'm gonna talk nice. Don't be nervous. I'm gonna talk nice because I absolutely adore your wife,
Thank
and I,
you.
I like how you
Thank
showed
you.
up at the skating rink. Okay, so so you never redeemed yourself. But listen, baby, Anthony don't like you. Anthony's jealous. Anytime a person got to peel back somebody in your past, they know you're not cool with, and bring them in your face. There's definitely a problem, even if they say it's not a problem. Um, yeah, friends don't do that. If my friend has a problem with somebody, I'm not gonna say no, I wouldn't be cool with them, but I would never put them in the same area or never try to put them together. That's just disrespectful. And I don't like him. God don't like his actions, and he makes Jesus angry, and that's that.
Dang.
Um,
Well, just for the record, Anthony is officially cut off. Like I've
thank
cut
you.
him off completely.
He don't mean you no good, sugar. And his wife. Anybody with eyebrows like that, you can't trust them. You see, anybody take their time and draw them on wrong, you don't trust them. Don't pierce your lips. You know her eyebrows be. You know they be eyebrowing now.
I
That's all
mean,
I got to say.
I thought Latoya was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was cool till I watched the show.
That's cause she was quiet. Quiet don't mean cool. That means she quietly hating. She hating from the bushes. Quit looking like that, Anthony. I can't stand you. She hating from the bushes, baby.
Bravo and Miss Cather was the whole move for everybody this season.
Yeah, Miss Kathy was, listen, Miss Kathy got ice water running through her veins. Okay, that's a G. I ever got to go back to court. Miss Kathy gonna be my alibi. Okay. Now, listen to your
All right.
wife. She knows well. I just hope y'all prosper, and I'm here for it. And I love you and Christina, and I'm praying for y'all. Now I got to go, baby. Y'all have a good night.
All right. All right. It's Chrissy time. How are you, love?
Hi guys. Hey Brandy. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. What's that? Is that me?
Chrissy, that's you.
It's me. Well, I was hearing it before I got up here. So what should I do?
Go ahead and just ask your question and then mute your device.
Okay. So Brandon, here's the thing, right? I always had this reading on Anthony ever since the first episode. I always felt like he's out here trying to get his get back. Like maybe when he was in school or in high school, he was the one that got joked on. He was the one that got pushed to the side. And now that he got a coin or two, he's trying to get his get back. That's just my personal idea. I don't know. Y'all known each other for 20 years. Am I right or am I wrong? That's my first question.
I don't, it's all we can have is theories at this point because Anthony is the definition of confusion. But like I do know that they have money. You know what I'm saying? They got money. Don't know where it comes from. So I just think it's just that I don't feel like he earned it. And I feel like he does not feel adequate as a man because of that, because he's trying to prove too much stuff, bro. Like I just don't understand why you would want to be out here just saying the things that you do, acting the way that you do. So I don't know nothing about his past. Like Anthony was he was like on a practice squad of some NFL team. And I feel like, yo, why are you not boasting that? Like, are you disappointed that you didn't make the actual NFL or whatever? But I'm just saying, even making it to that level, that's a big accomplishment. So I don't really understand like what he does.
And I guess my second question is, do you feel that he waited for an opportunity to kind of snake his way or snake yourself, or I guess kind of cut you out of the showcase? Do you feel like he waited until you were going through something? Because I feel like he waited to you had a situation going on with Christina where you had, fall back a little bit and work on you and work on your marriage and be, kind of out of things. And then he found opportunity to kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like push you out. And that's my last question. I'm popping in.
Yeah. He used that whole Kobe Cat situation as a reason not to trust me. And then he says he called me and I didn't answer. When you're on reality TV, you're not supposed to talk in between scenes. You know what I'm saying? So you can't use that as an excuse, bro. And it was only one day. He called me one day, and then apparently he started making plans with Bravo and DJ Mix to cut me out the showcase. So he definitely was trying to cut me out.
Gotcha. It's Chrissy time. I don't know if you dropped down, but okay. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Mildred. Mildred, how are you, love? Auntie?
I'm good. I just have a quick comment because I got a lot of activity going on. Brandon,
Okay.
you are so likable. I'm appreciating all of your transparency. We adore your wife. I think she is the breakout star for the whole franchise in Detroit. But you stay by that woman because she's a good girl, and I really, really, really are. I'm enjoying you too.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Auntie Mildred. I appreciate it. All right. Jackie, how are you, love? We got one more left.
Hey,
Jackie.
Anthony.
Hey, how are you,
Can
Auntie?
I'm great, and you? Hey,
Good.
Brandon.
Hey, Jackie.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I promise, nephew, because I know I really don't have any. I really don't have any questions. I just want to say thank you so much, Brandon, for being transparent. Also, too, thank you, Christina, because I know she's in the chat. Thank you so much for that. And then also, too, I just want to say, just keep loving on your mom. Just keep giving her all the flowers. I understand that, the situation of you two's relationship of growing up, that can change. And also, too, thanks for just being a great husband. It's hard to be a great husband, just to let you know. But you are, as Auntie Mildred said, you are likable. We do love you. We want you to know, just stand for what especially in your business. And just keep taking care of your family and your household. Just keep, what, you only got one life to live. Just keep being great and doing you. That's
Will
it.
do. I appreciate that. And I'm
You're
going to do
welcome.
all of that. Appreciate you
You're,
so much.
you're
All
welcome.
right. Well, thank you, Auntie Jackie. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. And the last person is going to be Maritha. Maritha, I know you're in the background, so go ahead and brace yourself, Brandon. So go ahead and bring it up right now.
Doing me like that.
Go ahead.
Don't do me. Don't do me like that, Anthony. Don't do that in front of company.
Go
Hi,
ahead.
Brandon.
How you doing?
First I want to kind of go off what who was that? Jackie. What Jackie just said. At first when the show started, and how you did Christina in the beginning, I did not like that. So therefore, I did not like you very much. But you redeem yourself. And I am glad that you did. And I'm glad that you stand up to Anthony. I call him Saucy. I'm glad you stand up to Saucy because he's confused and frustrated. That's what I say about him. And Cole and your wife Christine, I absolutely love Christine. That's my girl because I love the way she stands her ground with Miss Hathaway, aka Latoya. I love the way she put Latoya in her place, and to see you guys when you guys had that talk and she was telling you how she felt, and I see that you're trying, and that's all a person can do, and that's all you can ask for, that you're trying, and just keep that up and stand your ground with Saucy and Miss Hathaway. Now, this is what I want to know. What was your impression of Marceau? And did you think Marceau was what Bravo was saying that Marceau was? Like, did he put Huntsville on the map and he's this big time businessman and stuff like that? What was your thoughts about Marceau?
Brandon, it is okay to say you don't know that answer.
I mean, because we never had watched the Huntsville franchise. I might have seen like the first episode, but because I purposely didn't continue watching it because I didn't want to. I wanted to just be my authentic self on TV. I didn't want to like feel like I had to act any kind of way, so we just didn't watch it. You know what I'm saying? And so I only knew that Marceau was into real estate. Carlos told me that everybody on that show is a millionaire, so I figured that he had money. And but when I met him, I thought he was pretty cool. I mean, I could tell that he thought that Anthony was full of it. Um, but other than that, like he was giving us good advice. Like we was looking at, and like while we were walking, we were, while we was walking, not marching, we was just looking at buildings and talking about like what buildings could be, and he was just giving all kind of games. So I was just like, he sounded like he know what he's talking about. And then he gave us a bottle of the wine of black. So I was just so that's all I know about him.
Y'all should just went off.
Oh, okay, you're not saying a lot, but you're saying a lot. I get it. So, what is the relationship between Kobe and Christine and you and Russell at this point?
I feel like me and Russell have a genuine desire to rekindle things because it started with me and him. And I feel like our wives are the exact opposite. I don't feel like they have a desire to rekindle it.
Do I need to come down there so I can have a conversation with everybody? That might not
mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. I told you, you're not a therapist. Let them people alone. But that's pretty much what all I have to say. You and Christine are my favorite two couples because you are being what the show is supposed to be. You're supposed to be transparent, and you're not picking on somebody just to have a storyline, which I think that's what Saucy and Jane Hathaway is doing at this point. So, and your mom, they're in her era when they were growing up, they didn't say I love you that much, but the things that she do, I'm pretty sure she shows that. So continue to be who you are and let Christine be who she is. And that way, and communicate. That's the main thing in a relationship and a marriage. Because when communication breaks down, everything gets all discombobulated and stuff like that. So continue just to do what it is you're doing. And as long as you're doing that, we cool. We good.
I have the right to pretend to be a therapist, okay? You got people pretending to be millionaires. You got people pretending to be influencers. You got people pretending to be all these other things. I got the right to pretend to be a therapist at this point. There's a lot of pretenders on the Love franchise now.
Girl, okay, Anthony. Okay, nephew. I'm just gonna drop down and finish watching Hallmark. So that's all I had to say to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Enrica.
Appreciate you, and I'm taking all of that in.
Right. Well, Brandon, I've enjoyed this time. Is there anything that you would like for, while everyone is watching, y'all, make sure y'all go follow Brandon on Instagram at Brandon Smith Inc. Also, make sure you follow the other profiles that's actually in his bio with Star Factory. And also, it's a Star Factory Management. So, y'all, make sure y'all follow those profiles. Make sure y'all support the artists that he have on his profile, on his page. And, yeah. Is there anything you want to leave us with?
First, I just appreciate you for having me on.
No problem.
Yeah, man, you like one of the coolest bloggers out here, man. You keep it shady in a very respectful way. And so, yeah, man, I'm gonna continue to watch your content, and I definitely wish you the best in all of your endeavors, man. And
I'll be down there soon.
Okay, dope. But other than that, yeah, I just want I want everybody to tap in once I announce, Songs with Love, which is going to be the business where we write personalized love songs for loved ones. So if you got a birthday coming up and you want to gift somebody a song about their life or about your relationship with them, boom. Anniversary, you want to gift them with a song, boom. We will write that song for you, that love song for you. And it's going to be very dope songs. Like, it's not going to be these rinky-dinky songs. It's going to be very, very dope songs. And you'll hear examples as I start promoting it. So, yeah, I just can't wait to connect with everybody out there and hear your love stories so that we can go ahead and tell them.
Okay. In the future, Bravo and Lakita. You know what? I want Lakita next. I want to say Bravo for last. Lakita, if you watching, I want you next, okay? So,
Lakita?
yeah, it's I like Lakita because she stay in her lane. She's not really with all the mess, and that's why I keep on saying I said Bravo is winning, and he's not even a main cast member, and he did right. And I'm like, you all's friendship, the work dynamic, all that stuff with you and Bravo, y'all seem like y'all real cool. So I would enjoy bringing Lakita on so she can tell us a little bit more. I mean, yeah,
Oh, no, I love Lakita. Hey, if you can get her, you the man.
I will. She already laughed at my stuff anyway, so hopefully she watching this one. But anyway, man, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. And you have a good night, and you're always welcome.
Yes, sir, you too.
All right. All right, everybody. I want to appreciate everyone that came in today. We had over 100. We got 196 people watching right now. So thank you all for tuning in. And Michelle, I saw your comment on there, Auntie Michelle. I did inform them. I did. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. You all have a good night. I will be back sometime next week, probably Monday for the Love and Marriage Detroit finale, and then we'll be going to the reunion. And I think Bell Collective, do Bell Collective come on today? But at night, I think it come on next week. But I will definitely be back. You know, I'm getting ready to leave, y'all. So I will go live on my Instagram every now and then to pop in so you all can see how I'm doing, just to make sure I made it there safely or whatever. So you all have a good night and love you all. Goodbye.